Hello everybody, Kane here and welcome to another video of Out of Conquest. In this one we have Lost Draconis, another paywalled dragon ability. Who could have guessed? This one is actually buffing the archers for archers to do more damage, more attack speed, and of course more percentage damage based on their buff. So one of my patrons got it for free and he sent me a picture of it, so we're gonna talk about it. That aside, he got it for free, by the way. The first two pulls he told me, and this was like friggin' 1%. And to max out this particular event, you require about friggin' 400 bucks. Or maybe a bit more if you're counting the US currency. So my god, the person saved like literally 400 bucks. Quite a few others were not really so lucky. So, first things first, I will always be against paywalls. The thing is, paywalls in this game are bad. Paywalls in every single game are bad. Now, the thing is, in majority of the gaming community, in terms of like Steam, Android gaming, all the other stuff, paywalls are always going to be downvoted a lot, to the point that the game would have only like 20 to 30% rating. Like, more than half of the people would downvote even a particular thing like the auto pillage and escort. But there are some things that are happening in Google Play, Android, and all that kind of stuff. I will not start conspiracy theories or show proof, but games are above 4-star even though they should be 2 or 3-star. In particular, Art of Conquest should be quite a bit lower than 4-star in terms of what I see, what I have seen, but it's 4-star. So I mean, you can think about it yourself. So aside from that, nobody can know that there are paywalls. If there are paywalls, like thousands and thousands of people would not actually even get into this game. And that's talking about all the other games as well. So, against paywall, now if they made this particular currency accessible by anyone, it doesn't matter if like this particular thing costed 500 Linari and you had to spend another 200. Like, this would cost 40k Linari just to acquire this ability. Yes, it would cost a ton of Linari. Yes, people would save for it. Yes, it's still not paywall and people would be happy. People would save for it. Like, you remove a paywall and you still put a price on it. I mean, it's still accessible, and if you remove the access from like 90-95% of the people, you're killing the game. Like, pretty much regardless if a couple of people will spend that 400 bucks to get this ability, people have to remember that even the whales will stop spending money if they don't have anyone to compete with. Yes, there are some people starting out spending a ton, but there are a lot more people quitting the game with all of this kind of BS happening. Again, quite a lot of people will not be able to manage like friggin' 50k Linari for this ability, right? They're not going to be able to manage it. Thus, they would save for it and like spend months and months and months to save for it. And then it would still be accessible. So just locking it, it's incredibly bad. And I would never support any paywalls, even if they like offered me this ability for free. I would never support any friggin' paywalls in any game, even if they offered me free stuff. That is my own opinion, and I will always stand against these sort of things. So aside from that, let's talk about the ability. So we have Dragon Twilight. The light dragon shines on the troops, increasing the damage dealt by friendly ranged troops by 20% with the dragon's presence, meaning if the dragon dies, this buff disappears. Grant Soulfire Force to nearby friendly troops when Dragon releases skill. So if your Dragon has Aura Blast, or in particular the Ruby Dragon, because this says grant Soulfire Force to nearby friendly troops when Dragon releases skills. Do keep in mind that the Ruby Dragon has Incendiary Scales plus Aura Blast, which will be proccing Swell multiple times, because Aura Blast has a cast animation. Incendiary Scales does not have a cast animation, or one that the dragon would physically require to cast. So this particular ability is actually more useful on a Ruby Dragon in terms of what the wording does actually say. I mean, it could... Ruby Dragon, better on Ruby Dragon by far. Increases the attack speed by 2% and stacks up to 10 times. When dealing damage, troops with Soulfire Force, meaning with this particular buff, it doesn't have a cooldown or how much it lasts. So I assume if the dragon just touches the unit once, that unit will have this ability. Now, it says shines on troops. Or wait, range... Oh, here it says range troops, never mind. So, Soulfire Force have a chance... Wait, what? When dealing damage, troops with Soulfire Force have a chance 1.3% of the current stacks of Soulfire Force to deal additional physical damage to 2.5% of target's max HP. So this is the maximum damage of the target's max HP. So you can do a lot less than 2.5. The damage cannot exceed 200% of own attack. So the frontline army has 13 million attack. Like, let's go into the game just so we're clear. So frontline army has 13 million HP, plus of course the other buffs that, you know, get buffed, and the attack value is like friggin' 3 times the HP value. So when the ability says cannot exceed 200% of own attack, like my spiders had a 200 million attack value. The archers can have like friggin' 600 million attack value versus 400 million tree HP or 500 million tree HP. So cannot exceed 200% would mean that they would one-shot the front line in one hit or something. Like, I don't even realize why this is even here. Like, it is inclining that this could potentially, like, close to one-shot the friggin' unit, which is kind of crazy. So aside from that, this scales to 13% additional physical damage, that maximum, or would be maximum, of 2.5% of target's max HP. Now, there are a lot of numbers, a lot of words, hard to understand, but the people that got it said good things about it. I'm not sure how well they actually tested it. I'm pretty certain that most people that got it actually have cosmic, like above 40 on archers, as well as like close to that on the front line, I think. Probably 50 on archers as well. So again, I'm not entirely sure how like these attack values and all that other stuff does affect this. But they did say good things about it. As I said before, this works better on a Ruby Dragon than other dragons due to this wording right here, because of the dragon releasing abilities, and Ruby Dragon releases 2 abilities, two abilities all the time instead of 1 like the other dragons. Now, when dragon releases skills, increases the buff district by 12%. Now, since I don't have this ability, I have no friggin' idea what this buff district is by 12%. Like, literally no clue. So all of these are literally buffs. Like, all of them are buffs. What the hell is a buff district? Like, does it mean this portion? Does it mean the other portion? Does it mean everything? I have no idea. I mean, regardless, it's still acting as a bigger buff to the ability, which is already OP. I mean, it's a question. So, excuse me, since I don't have that, I cannot test it myself. So I'm kind of relying on the info of the other people, and they did say that the ability is good. How good, I cannot really tell you since I didn't test myself. But the previous one is actually pretty friggin' crazy because it had like friggin' 3 or 4 debuffs that it's doing or stuff like that. So I assume they wouldn't really make another dragon buffing or debuffing ability that would, you know, be incredibly bad for 400 bucks. So I'm pretty sure there's something in this wording that, you know, would likely do a lot more than 2.5% damage, that's for sure. So aside from that, I do believe that this particular ability is better than Draconic's Blessing in terms of PvP. I mean, Draconic Blessing is also decent because I think it provides damage reduction to archers. I'm not sure, but I think so, as well as either damage or attack speed or something like that. So essentially, the other thing that I would suggest people, because one of my buddies also asked me if he should spend 100 bucks on this and try to go for the reward. Now, if other people would have the same thoughts, I would say no instantly. The thing is, the way you should go about these things is you never spend money to have a chance to get it. The same thing works for mounts like the ones I have. Like I got this for free. I got this while I think I was still in UK, spending a little bit because I was playing Rakan all the time. This was like friggin' more than 1 year ago when I was still spending. But on the other mounts, again, spend only if you are able to acquire it by spending money. Now, when you put that like 400 bucks on the table, then you spend 50 bucks or 100 bucks at a time, and then you keep rolling. You did not get it in the first 50 or 100, you spend that another 100, so in total you would have 200. Boom, you get it. You spend like 200 bucks and you got the best thing in this. And since all of the other rewards, you know, suck ass, you just, you know, finish it. You skip it entirely and save the other 200 bucks for something else that you'd want to get. No, you never should go ham on these events before, or rather, not go ham if you are able to actually get it prior to that particular stage. So that is what I would advise. If you want to spend 100 bucks, no. 200 bucks, no. 300 bucks, no. 400 bucks, yeah, you can start spending 50 to 100 bucks at a time to then go for this particular event and try to get the ability. That is what I would kind of advise. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about the ability, say my own opinion, and again, even if I got this ability for free, even if they gave this ability for free for whatever reason, I will always be against paywalls. In any game I play, I will always condemn this sort of thing in literally any game, even if they would volunteer to give me money or something like that. My opinion will never change. This is what's ruining all the games. This is what's making a lot of people quit. And, you know, a lot of people to lose morale or even trust in the developers and like the game itself. It's, you know, kind of killing the mood. But, I mean, what can you do? Anyways, that's pretty much it. Do let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. And whether or not you think like these abilities will appear in Finders Keepers. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, do hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. As well as if you would wish to support me more than just watching my videos, I have made a Patreon page where you would be able to do just that. And in return, I would be able to help you out more individually in terms of events, PvP formations, and stuff like that. As well as I would like to thank all of my patrons for the support. I really, really appreciate it for your subscriptions. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching, take care, and stay safe out there.